Hey guys, it's the Josh and Tamra Show. I'm Josh.
And I'm Tamra.
Thanks for joining us. We have a very special episode for you today.
Yes, we have an exclusive interview with the director and the writer and the producer of this amazing thriller called Rushed.
Right, Rush is a movie that's in theaters right now. You can check it out online. And it's an amazing tale about an Irish Catholic mother and her relationship with her son, who has a tragic incident at a fraternity, and it shows how she handles it.
Takes justice into her own hands and proving that hell hath no fury like a mother scorned.
Right, it is a thriller. It's a really intense, amazing movie. You definitely need to check it out. And we're dedicating the entire episode today with our interview with the director and the star. So please enjoy and check this out.
Welcome.
Siobhan's here. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
You both look so nice.
We put back on our red carpet attire for continuity's sake. But we didn't expect
Thank you so much for coming.
Of course. We had a blast.
Of course.
And it was such a great premiere. What a great turnout. It was so awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And I wish we could have grabbed you, but it was like kind of like a quick in and out
It
thing.
was insane, right, Vibeke? I mean,
Yep.
Vibeke was there for about 48 hours, if that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 48 hours. It was worth it. You know, it's kind of like when you deliver a baby, you got to be there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally.
Exactly.
You both looked sensational, and I didn't want to make a request for you to wear your red dress again. But
That's good because I went to wear it again, which was so stupid for the Upstate New York premiere.
Oh, yeah.
And I picked it up and I had black mascara. I must have like fixed myself up and it was like I don't even know if it ever came off.
Oh,
Fill
no.
up the dry cleaner. You look both so nice.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
it's a nice. I'm wearing shorts.
Me too. Me too. I always Zoom like that. I'm like,
You don't want to see. You don't want to see.
oh no, I'm the same. One Zoom I did was I had my husband's boxers on. So I didn't see clothes.
Congratulations to you both on the premiere of Rushed. We're very excited for this movie because I've seen it. I've seen a lot of clips of it, rather. And Siobhan, you produced it, you starred in it, and you made it.
Yes.
It's your baby, the whole thing.
And it was
Yes.
filmed in New Jersey with a lot of New Jersey actors and actresses, right? Correct?
Yes, and parts were filmed in upstate New York. The last 2 days we came up here, right, Vibeke, and we got the foliage for the last 2 days.
And your character Barbara, like you don't want to mess with Barbara. She's a tough cookie, and she's a great mom. And
Yes.
so and you rocked it in this movie, by the way.
Thank you
You
so
rocked
much.
it.
Vibeke's direction. Because I've been pegged for comedy many times.
Yeah.
And Vibeke and I were connected through Lars von Trier in Denmark. His company's Entropa, and oddly, his producer Vibeke Vindelov introduced me to Vibeke Muasya, our fabulous director here.
Amazing.
And so I had done serious work with him and gotten out of that mold of comedy. And Vibeke directed me to a performance that, the critics are liking, thank God.
Yeah.
It's
Making it small.
Yes.
it's such an intense movie, and I'm just so curious about the origins of the making it for both of you. What was the inspiration behind the filming of it? Where the story come from? What gave you the idea for
Rushed.
Rush?
Yes. Well, I have 3 kids. Now they're 26, 23, and 19. 2 of them are actually in the film. But I think every mom in this day and age lays in bed worried about their kids from
Yeah.
the time they start going out.
Yeah.
And, we've got these crazy cell phones where we have all this contact, like,
Yeah.
how are you? Make good choices, no hard liquor. And then they go off to college and you are like a helicopter mom, which the mom is in the movie. And you're saying, hi, just text me when you get in. I just want to know if you're safe.
Right.
And it's ridiculous because college kids must be like, I am not answering her. And, it's embarrassing as the mother, it's stupid. But, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock a.m., 5 o'clock a.m., you're like, oh, they're dead.
Yeah.
And you hear about all these stories that you hear about when kids go off to college, whether it's a fraternity, sorority, or whatever. And your mind goes to that place and you imagine the worst.
Exactly. So what I guess what do you want people to take away from this film as far as like the objective of the film?
Well, Vibeke, do you want to answer that?
Yeah. So like Siobhan says, we are of course mothers, and we're mothers
Yeah.
of of kids who have been through the teenage year. Well, in Europe, the kids start drinking when they're like 12 or 13. So you worry for a good 10 years whether they're going to make it or not, and now that they're going to get home, and where can you pick them up, and so forth. What we want people to take away from our movie is the experience of what it really means to be a mother, and how engaged we are, because we're warriors.
Yeah.
We will do anything for our children.
Mm-hmm.
We might have great moral codexes deriving from our religious beliefs or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but don't touch our kids.
Right. Yeah. Don't touch my kid.
We're gonna come for you.
But Vibeke said, it's, you know, it's a thriller, this movie. It's a revenge thriller. And, you know, it's like, in the trailer, it says, hell hath no fury like a mother scorned. It's like, don't mess with me. I'll go toe to toe with a frat boy any day.
Right.
Like roll up your sleeves.
Yeah, I don't want to give away.
Exactly.
I don't want to give away the entire movie because I've basically seen all of the movie except for the end somehow by clips that I've been pulling off the internet and stuff. So Siobhan, what's the challenge in playing a heavier role like this for you as a performer
versus the comedic roles?
Because it seems like you make the comedy seem so easy.
Yeah.
That I would feel like a role like this would be a working vacation, because I know comedy, they say comedy's hard.
Harder than drama.
But for the dramatic role like this, a heavier role, what was the preparation and the challenge in playing that?
Well, I think, first of all, I find something really poignant about when horrible things happen to funny people. And I had my sister-in-law lost a son almost 12 years ago now.
Oh.
And they're a very funny family.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the day of his funeral, and her sister was brushing out her hair. And I said, how are you doing this? And she said, I figured if the Blessed Mother could see her son on the cross, that I could do it. It's a very Catholic family, like this family in the movie.
Yeah.
So there's something also really sad about someone who is not used to being seen as pathetic or challenged or going through hell, having to handle it. So I've seen, you know, no matter if you're funny or not, and you played a lot of comedic roles, by the time you're my age, you've seen a lot of sadness too.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, grasping from that experience.
Well, I guess speaking about like how it's like these dark moments and like, how do you prepare, I guess, as a director, your actors to do these, have these dark moments as actors? Like, how do you prepare?
Like, how do you accomplish the tone, like the darker
that's
tone?
a very good question. So, of course, like Siobhan says, I come from Scandinavia. I come from the Nordic, noir genre, and a big fan of course, Ingmar Bergman and all his amazing work. I personally, as a director, I work very much with each actor. We talk about the background story, things that are not in the script that I go in and invent together with the actors or help the actors connect to their background story. So, for example, I worked a lot with Robert Patrick on his character. Why would he let his wife go on this trip? And who is he? What kind of a man is he? What's the relationship?
Right.
What are the dynamics, the power dynamics in the relationship? Things you never see in the movie, but that just kind of oozes out as subtext. Mm-hmm. Because we know between the director and the actor, we know all these things that are never said or shown. So on the porch, when he waves goodbye to his wife together with the kids, it's a certain mood that we go in and create based on who Robert Patrick and I know he is in this movie. Mm-hmm. And it's actually a part of the job that I adore, and that with the next movie we're doing, I'm just about to make these phone calls now since I arrived with this big fat background story to each character.
No, that's great.
And then I think the big thing is for me when I work as a director, I have been very blessed in my career working with Vibeke Muasya, who is a great producer and a good friend of both Siobhan and I, and of course famous as Lars von Trier's producer. But what I've learned from her also, which of course she has watched Lars, who is a master, is to make the set sacred for the actor. Mm. Yeah. When you're on a film set, there are lamps and microphones and grip and everything, and people are saying jokes while they're, getting things ready, and the poor actor is there preparing. Right. So I always ask the crew to be quiet and not to speak on the set. They can chitter-chat in the lunch break, but that's for me is church. The set is church, and the actors are God.
Right.
Because they
sacred.
got to give us something that we all can connect to.
Mhm.
And I think Siobhan, I have to say, I love working with this amazing lady. Not only is she one of America's best actresses,
Aw.
and I think the coming movie we're doing is definitely going to cement that very strongly. I think Rush does it too. And to be able to connect with an actress of this size talent and to go in there and find the minute little feelings and then keep them, I always say, turn it down to zero, because the screen is so big and the emotions and the story is so strong. Just take everything down because it's there. And Siobhan is just, as you know, she's amazing in Rushed. She's worth watching. I totally see her as amongst the top 5 or top 10 actresses in America.
Agreed.
Me too. I agree.
Yeah, and it's
So nice. I think I'm gonna cry.
She's still-
I want to say,
I agree.
Vibeke. It's because of Vibeke. If my performance in this movie is good, it's because, she did say, bring it down.
Yeah.
Make it small. Small is more interesting. Quiet's more interesting.
Mhm.
So, and also I want to say about the Scandinavian way is, as I learned from Vibeke and from Lars, the set is also more like a play. It's very different than the United States and Hollywood, which is above the line and below the line.
Yeah.
Everyone's in this together and has a common goal. So when you get to lunch, you don't budge ahead of the guy who is the grip or the gaffer, because we're all equal. So this is why now Vibeke and I are doing my second movie that I wrote called Shelter in Solitude. We began filming in 2 weeks from Monday.
Congratulations.
No,
Wow.
a week from Monday.
a week.
Vibeke just got here. So we're in upstate New York right now, ready to
Wow.
film and
Awesome.
prepping. And we did our drone shots today. But the point is that many of our crew, our cinematographers back, our editors back, our first camera, many of the crew are back because we treat people with respect. They treat us with respect, and then it becomes like a family.
Yeah, it's
And
great.
we live,
It's amazing.
It's different. It's different. Like when I did the Lars von Trier movies, you live in houses together because you want to get to know each other really well. So you work together really well.
Yeah.
And so that's the model that I copied and that Vibeke does so well. Like I'll go to bed tonight and she'll be on the phone with people in California saying, what's your arc? How do you think he drinks? Do you think this? And she'll make it like a painting. Like she always talks about, it's like a painting. Like when Robert and I are in the bed, she's like, the blanket should be like this. It's real, very artistic.
That's
Great.
beautiful. That's
Is
beautiful.
Robert Patrick coming back on the new
Yes.
movie?
Yeah.
He will be playing my brother this time instead of my husband.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
we have Dan. Sorry, go
Siobhan
ahead.
has written an amazing script.
Wow.
Honestly, wait till you see I am so excited to be a part of this again. And wait till you see it's wonderful. I really feel that Siobhan is not only a great actress, she's also a producer and a writer. It's just wow.
She is amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And I know it's just praise, but
No.
it really is quite incredible. I get up here and she's on the phone or getting tickets for actors and she's working so hard.
I know.
I agree. Well, I was going to say from the very beginning, from the birth of the idea for the script of Rushed to the actual premiere, what was the time frame? How long did it take? Because self-producing is no picnic. So
No.
So we started filming Rushed 2 years ago,
Wow.
September 27th, and we will start filming this September 27th.
Cool.
It's
That's
2
so
years to
awesome.
the date.
That's so awesome.
The script, the writing of, was a year before that. And then I didn't really know if it was even any good. But my daughter, who's a journalist for the New York Post, she covers Cuomo. She actually broke the nursing home story, Bernadette
Oh,
Hogan.
wow.
Amazing.
She read it when it was halfway through. And she said, Mom, this is really good. You better keep going. And I was like, you think? So anyway, then I sent it to Robert Patrick, to Jake Weary, who I've worked with before, to Perry Gilpin from Frasier, to all these actors I've been friends with. And they're like, Siobhan, I'll do this. And I was like, you will? It's $2 a week. And they're like, we used to hefty paychecks. And like, we're in. And I was like, maybe it's good. And so then I sent it to Lars. And 2 days later, the producers called back and said, we'll co-produce. So I was like, oh my gosh, we really might be onto something. And Vibeke Vindalov had introduced me to Vibeke Muasya 7 years before.
Wow.
And she said to me again, who you have to get to direct this. And we both said at the same time from across the pond from Denmark to New Jersey, Vibeke Muasya. So this is so it's crazy. It's like it's a miracle.
It's like all meant to be. It's just
That's
like
amazing.
Yeah.
all work together.
It's also an interesting new trend in filmmaking, or trend. I hope we are making a trend. It's women.
Yes.
It's mothers past 50.
Sure.
You know, we no longer have these tight, great bottoms to look at, or breast or whatever.
I mean, ladies, I don't,
say. No, but we make movies that we really honestly believe. Of course, we craft them as works of art and entertainment. It has to be entertaining. It has to be of a very high artistic level. But we also do it because we have something we want to say.
Yeah.
We actually have messages. And Rushed is a message. It's a message to all the young college kids.
That's great.
Wait, you want to make your mama cry forever?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to mess up your own life and somebody else's life? And also giving mothers in Rushed a place to be honest. We sat in France with our great editor, and we were discussing and drinking this great French red wine, and we were saying, okay, about the ending, because we had several options.
Oh.
And we were like, what are we going to do? We all looked at each other and we go, we would kill him. You know? And it's like, and then we had to say, okay, but what do we want to give to the world?
Right.
Do we just want to give a revenge movie where it's a splatter, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So it's also, it's very much about being these past 50 years old women of what we want to give to the world.
So let me ask you, 20 years ago, would you have gone with the splatter finish or more of a moralistic kind of ending?
We don't want to give away that finish, first of all.
Right, well, okay.
Yeah.
But I think, no, you definitely change.
Yeah.
But this is a film, too. The crazy part is when we sold it to Vertical Entertainment, they said, you know what? There's two huge audiences for this. It's the college kids.
Sure.
And it's the moms.
Yeah.
And the husbands who go along for the ride. Like my character drives her husband crazy, and she's like, call your son. He's like, would you relax. But so now in the film, the young people in it are incredible, right? Jake Weary, JJ Warren, my kids are in it, Lily Rosenthal, all these different actors. When my kids came home from college to do the movie, my house is the house that's the frat house.
Oh wow.
So they came home, you see Jake Weary at the top of the balcony, you see the boys doing their pledge down below. And they came in the house and they said, what is going on in the living room? And I was like, I made it into a frat house. Mom, go get some Chinese food and leave for a couple of hours. It looks ridiculous.
Oh my God, how funny.
Because of their input, you see. Same with the music. Now, we had Christian Idis Anderson, who was our fabulous composer. But in addition, because my son, Peter Hogan, he said, this is the music. I know rappers. So we have Top Hill Fredo, we have OG Maclo, we have Fat Nick.
Right.
It's fabulous rap. So people have been saying to me, like, they think that Vibeke and I are like hip and cool. They're like, where did you get that music?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I like all kinds.
I don't know.
Bee Gees and rap. And so anyway,
we're calling our kids.
Yeah, but I will say this too. So Vibeke talked about Sabina Miliani. One of my big fears, she's our editor. First of all, Vibeke and I, we were in the crew, we had a skeleton crew for the last 2 days. We were driving upstate, and Vibeke said to me in Binghamton, New York, 2 hours from our last day of shooting, we're exhausted. Siobhan, we have an A-list movie, and we don't have an A-list editor. And I was like, oh my God.
No.
I never even thought about editing because I'm an actress and I'm selfish innately. And so I never thought about post. So I said, wait a minute. I think I know one. Because Sabine had edited this film I did with Johnny Depp that Wayne Roberts wrote and directed called The Professor. And I was like, wait, there's this woman, Sabina Miliani. She's a fabulous editor. She did March of the Penguins. Let's call her. Wow. So she's like, I cannot do it. Another movie. I'm doing a documentary. Right. So, but send me the script. So Vibeke and I went to my sister's house. We filmed for the day. We're exhausted. We go to bed. The next morning, the phone rings from France. I will edit your film.
Oh my God, that's great.
Oh my God. So, but that being said, my fear was I don't want to be gross when I go to edit and be like, no, I want more of me. A little more of me. Because I've seen that happen in movies.
Right.
And so between Vibeke and Sabine, they were like, enough. Get out of that scene. And I was like, okay.
But it's great to see that as the true spirit of collaboration for the three of you to pull something like that.
Yeah.
Because with the tone of this movie and the performances of this movie and the incredible direction, and now you have the professional editor, the A-list editor rather, it's amazing synergy to get that project done, because films could have fallen on its face so easily with any one of those things not in the right place.
Yeah.
When we were in France, Vibeke Muasya, right here, our director, sent it to our mutual friend Vibeke Muasya. Now the story was linear to begin with, and Vibeke, do you remember this, Vibeke?
Yeah.
She said, "Don't you dare start with you and Robert in bed. The people will fall asleep."
Yeah.
So Sabine took that fraternity hazing scene and pushed that up front to smash the audience in the face.
Sure.
I learned so much.
Yeah.
And I learned so much about silence. Like, we have this amazing actor coming on our next movie, Peter Macon. Peter's from Orville. I'm sure you know his work. He's fabulous. He also isn't just a fabulous film and TV actor. He played Othello at the Abbey Theatre in Ireland. He was at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival for years. Well, we saw his audition, Vibeke and I, and it's like off the charts. And the guy is not afraid of silence.
Oh, I love that.
He plays a prisoner on death row, and it's just you learn at this age that how interesting silence is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Robert Patrick has that scene in the truck in the movie. That's my favorite scene in the movie.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's unbelievable.
Awesome.
Yeah. Silence is strong.
Yeah.
Especially if it bears a lot with it, and that is what Peter, who is one of the bigger actors in the next movie, that is exactly what he comes off. That's not a loser behind those bars.
Wow. Yeah.
Which is so powerful through silence, through identifying with the character. Yeah, so we're very excited, actually.
Of course.
And also, in
the middle of everything,
we have Dan Castellaneta.
Oh, do you?
Wow.
Because Dan and I have been friends for years, and we did a movie, a play, American Splendor, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's a fabulous actor. And so he's going to play this old prison guard.
That's so
and
cool.
Vibeke, I can't wait for you to work with him because he's so subtle and he's such a fabulous actor. I can't wait for people to see this movie.
Wow, how exciting.
We haven't
even shot yet.
We got to get through the next month.
I keep saying if I'm not dead.
No.
Knock on wood.
It's going to be great. I cannot
amazing.
wait for that. That sounds amazing. So I'm from New Jersey. You're from New Jersey. I just wanted to. This is really a fluff question.
It's a Jersey question.
Jersey question.
I can't ask it because I'm from New York.
Jersey girls don't pump gas.
No, we don't.
They
we
don't
pump gas.
You know, she drives out of her way to the one gas station locally that does pump the gas just so she doesn't have to pump the gas. And I'm always like, why don't you pump the gas? And she's like, Jersey girls don't pump gas.
I don't pump gas.
We just came upstate from New Jersey to film this movie, and my husband's light went on in his car, and I go, this piece of junk. The light's always going on. So we had this guy that, of course, I know everybody here, my friend Warren Jones, I've known him since high school. He comes, he goes, well, I can run one of those, whatever they call it, diametrics or some word on the car, and he said, your gas leak.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I thought the engine was blowing up.
Well,
That's
you
a
could
total
always
Jersey girl thing.
But you could always tell what part of Jersey you're from by this question, and this is the question I want to ask you, Siobhan. So, is it pork roll or Taylor ham?
Pork roll.
Yeah, pork roll.
There you go.
Pork roll.
First of all, I'm an upstate New York girl.
Yeah.
So I had to adjust.
Right.
So my kids are Jersey girls. My daughter Verna's Jersey girl. My daughter Shane. When we were moving to Jersey, this is really funny. We lived in New York City forever. We'd come up to upstate in the summers. We were walking down the street. Bernadette was 6 years old, and there was a couple that I'm still friends. They ended up getting married. They were in high school at the time. The girl was going into college. I said, "Where are you going?" She said, "Going to Rutgers."
Oh.
That's great. She goes, "Ugh, Jersey girls."
Oh my God.
She was 6 years old, and she said, "What's wrong with a Jersey girl?" And they're the best. And now my kids are Jersey girls.
Jersey girls are the best.
They are the best.
I'm a Jersey girl.
You know what? They have tons of personality, and I think this. She just thought maybe it would be. I'm from a rural area. She was like, "Will I be able to handle it?"
Yeah.
That's funny. You can take the girl out of Jersey, but you can't take the Jersey out of the girl.
You can't.
That is true.
All right, so were either one of you in a sorority in your college years? Any Greek
I was not.
background?
No.
All right,
No.
so
But in Saturday Night Live, I was in Delta.
Oh,
Delta.
yeah.
So I
oh
was
yeah,
That's
that counts.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
counts.
you were basically in a sorority.
All right, so
Yeah.
here's our bonus ending question that we
Yeah.
asked all of our guests on the red carpet. So you guys have to answer it too.
It's fun and fluffy.
See if you can finish this sentence: beer before liquor, never sicker. Liquor before beer.
shed a tear.
Oh, that's not bad. That's good.
That's good.
Liquor before beer? Oh my God. I don't know.
It's a party school question. It's beer before liquor, never sicker. Liquor before beer, never fear.
I thought it was never sicker.
Well,
No.
in college, we used
You
to
said
say
never
beer
sicker.
before wine, you'll be fine. Wine before beer, feel like swine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same
Exactly.
thing. Same thing.
Exactly. You just don't mix. You got to either do beer or do
Yeah,
wine
one.
or
Stick
do
with
drinks.
one. That's it.
Yeah.
Not that that's a takeaway from the movie.
No, it's
I'm
not.
just saying, inspired
However,
by
I
the
will
event.
say, if kids stuck with beer in college, once they changed that drinking age to 21, it was ridiculous. You can go fight in the war. You can vote.
Yeah.
You can do anything. You can.
Yeah.
My daughter's a bartender. She's 19 in New Jersey,
Wow.
and she can't buy a drink at a bar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So these kids then sneak vodka, which is one of the main problems
Yes.
in college. Is who the hell knows what they're doing when they start doing shots?
Yeah.
If they were sticking with beer, there'd be a lot less trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Be a
Wow.
little fatter, but you'd be a lot more
True.
alive.
True.
And I mean, in Scandinavia, we actually teach the kids to drink at home because then they get drunk at home
And they
first.
get
You know,
used-
they're 14 years
yeah.
old. They get to drink with us. They get to be tipsy from 2 beers or 3 beers.
Right.
And they feel like, wow, I'm drunk on 3 beers. But they're 14 and
Right.
everything is okay because then they have experienced that feeling at home that's very safe.
And then the
rather
parents,
than
the parents are
somewhere
there
else.
to regulate and make sure that they know
Yeah,
what's going
yeah,
on.
because that is the thing you worry about with your kids, of
Mhm.
course. It is that 2 a.m. phone call and texting, are you there? Are you okay? Shall I come pick you up? That's all over the world. It's like that.
So how is?
But
Oh, sorry. How is the best way to see Rushed? Streaming. Online, in
Yes.
theaters.
It's been in theaters, but now the best way is Amazon. We have 5 stars on Amazon Prime.
Congratulations.
We have Rotten Tomatoes. We're 92%.
Yeah.
Amazon, Apple,
Awesome.
iTunes, Redbox, Vudu. It's on a lot of cable, but I think Amazon in that way is the easiest way.
yeah. And I mean, it's a great popcorn night with your friends, whether you are 15 or whether you are 25 or whether you're 55 or 35. It is a thriller. It does have great heartfelt moments, but it is a thriller. You will be thrilled watching it.
You know,
I had a lady and her daughter from Casanova, where I am now, where we're going to film this movie, with her minivan. They're like, "Are you Siobhan? We've watched the movie 5 times."
Wow.
I was like, "I love you."
That's
Tell
awesome.
Yeah.
everybody. Spread the word. Amazon, Apple, iTunes, Redbox, Voodoo. That's all I say all day long. Amazon, Redbox, Voodoo.
Yeah.
Amazon, Redbox, Voodoo.
Just get a tattoo and be like,
Yeah, hold a
I
sign.
know.
You guys,
Yeah.
you both speak of the movie like true seasoned filmmakers. So
Oh, it's awesome.
Well, we
Thank
are.
you so much for having us. This is so great.
Thank
we
Spread the word.
can't thank you both enough for
Thank
taking
you.
the time and for making this
Thank
incredible
you.
film. And if you guys have a chance, please go see Rushed. It's a great popcorn movie. You got to see
Streaming
it.
on
It's
all
good stuff.
platforms. Yep, available now.
So thank you
Thanks
both
a
for
million,
being
Josh and
here.
Tamra.
Thank you so much. Great
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
God bless.
Good
to
luck
see
on
you.
your next film.
Yeah.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Red carpet.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Have a good
Thank you.
night.
Thank guys. Have a
Bye-bye.
good night.
Okay, bye. Wow, that was so amazing. And thank you so much to Siobhan and Vibeke for that amazing interview. Now go out right now and watch Rushed on all streaming platforms and in the movie theaters. You can watch on YouTube. You can watch on Google Play. What else, Josh?
Apple TV, Apple iTunes. What else, Tamara?
Apple and Amazon, Google Play, Vudu, Redbox, and DirecTV.
That's right. Or you can go see it in the movie theater. Unless you're a crazy person, go check it out.
Get some
Check out
popcorn.
Rush. And we'll check you guys next time for The Josh and Tamra Show.